We're going to talk about Matheus Cunha and how he could be zeroing in on a move to Manchester United, believe it or not. I don't know where they're getting the money from. They can't afford sandwiches, but somehow they're signing Cunha. They want a lad from River Plate. There's been talk of Liam Delap. There's been talk of other players coming in tens of millions, but they haven't got 2p to rub together. How are they going to figure that one out? Well, you would imagine a lot of it's contingent on potential Champions League qualification. Right, let's talk about Guirassy for a second, because the Borussia Dortmund player he's in demand according to reports in Germany. Guirassy has a release clause that clubs like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool and Chelsea could trigger. He would consider leaving if Dortmund miss out on European football and a top club makes a serious offer. So what do we think? Guirassy, where do you think he ends up? And what level is he? Because I don't watch all that much of Dortmund. I watched them in the Champions League this season when they were in it, but not going to sit here and say that I've been watching Bundesliga games. I've watched a few minutes of their Clásicas, but not too much after that. For me, I still think Hugo Ekitike is the most likely for us, but let's wait and see. Where's United's money coming from? Honestly, Tanya, no idea. Just looking at the calibre of player today alone that United have been linked with. So they've got the lad from River Plate who has a 30-something million release clause that they're saying they're willing to activate. Liam Delap is the top target. They're closing in on Matheus Cunha, according to one report. Now Guirassy's name is in the mix. I haven't got a clue where they're getting the money from. I know if they get Champions League football, that will help. But yeah, I thought for a club that is already in a financial mess, I have no idea how they're getting this dough together. Maybe they think they're going to be able to move on the likes of Hoyland and others for a significant fee. But Alex said, sorry if you mentioned this, but opinions on Cunha to United. So, do you want my honest opinion on it? I think they're the only club that are willing to pay the money. Because obviously, we know there are clubs who need a striker. We're one of them. Arsenal, another one. But I think United are far more desperate and are willing to maybe roll a dice on somebody who has had some instances of temperament issues this season and has picked up some red cards. There's obviously a player in there as well. There's no denying that. Cunha's a good player. But it feels like United's desperation is the possible only way somebody pays that 62.5 million in the Prem. That's my take on it. And I still ask where the hell they're getting that money from. Rory said, I'm sure I read Cunha wants United. I think his attitude is questionable. I think Cunha wants a move to a bigger club. I'm not saying any club will do, but if United don't get European football, it'll be very interesting to see if they're still interested. And certainly, I don't know if he'd want to go there. But also on Liam Delap, it looks like as much as he's their number one target, he has no interest in going to United, at least from what I'm reading anyway. Another one. This one here says, Manchester United are considering triggering Franco Mastantuono's £38 million release clause, according to Martin Lipton. Where are they getting the money? They can't afford sandwiches or staff. And we're talking about triggering a 62.5 million clause for Cunha, triggering a 38 million clause for this kid from River Plate. Then they're talking about bringing in Liam Delap as the number one target. I mean, does nobody ask where the money's coming from?